Welcome to episode number 39 of the All Things Sports podcast. Before we begin, we would like to advise you that this episode is pre-recorded. This will appear as live, but it is not live. We are pre-recording this on Saturday, December the 17th at 7:40 p.m. So this will appear live, but it will not be live. So please bear that in mind. And today we'll be talking about exclusively the World Cup final, and we will also recap the third place game between Morocco and Croatia. With that, we will see you in a couple of minutes. That did not go as planned, but we move forward. Here's my countdown. There it is. Hello and welcome to episode number 39 of the All Things Sports Podcast. My name is Zach Bischoff and I'm joined over there by... Oh, you're muted. Let's try that again. I'm joined over there by...
Danny Shanholzer.
That's my fault. I apologize. Danny, how are you this evening?
I'm doing well, Zach.
Well,
how are
this
you,
morning,
man?
I should say, this is airing on what will be Sunday morning. We are pre-recording this, as I said, in the open on Saturday evening. So, today we'll be talking about the World Cup final that will be taking place, well, for you, will be this morning when you're viewing this. So, Danny, your thoughts on the World Cup? Well, let's do World Cup final first, and then we will go into the third place matchup that took place yesterday for those that are watching.
Yeah, man. Obviously, very, very excited. I touched on it a little bit on the last podcast we did, but this event only comes around every 4 years, man. And I'm a big soccer fan, and you're just seeing kind of two teams, that just have shown their dominance over the course of the tournament, man. I mean, they deserve to be here. You got France, who's trying to repeat, which is just incredible, and then you got Argentina. They're trying to get one for their captain, for their ace. They're trying to get one for the great Lionel Messi. So I'm just really excited, man. Yeah, man.
Yes, it will be. I think Danny, your pick for who's going to win.
Yeah, man. I really think, and I was the last time actually these two teams met, it was 4-3 France when they beat Argentina in their eventual World Cup run in the round of 16. There it was 4-3, and Kylian Mbappe scored the last two goals here. But Jack, I really think, and it's going to be kind of interesting because what I'm anticipating, Zach, is, and I'm obviously going to be curious to hear your thoughts on this, Zach. I'm going to be anticipating a kind of tale of two teams in a way. I think Argentina can control the bulk of the possession, and I think France is just going to pick their moments in attack. Man, I really think they're a lethal counterattack team, and they have the talent in the attack. I mean, it goes without saying when you got guys like Mbappe leading that. So I mean. I don't want to. I'm not going to err on the 4-3 side of it because I don't think it'll be quite that high scoring. But I lean towards Argentina again, as I said, man. I really think that they're just not going to let this chance slip away from them. I mean, could be Messi's final run at the World Cup here. So I just think, as a whole, Argentina have just been. I mean, their goalie has not had to do very much at all. So I think Argentina is going to win, and I'm going to say it's going to be 2-1. It's not going to be easy, but they're going to prevail here.
All right. Do you think the game gets decided in 90 minutes?
The World Cup final is really tough because, I mean, they've been just playing for so long. It's so physically demanding. So yeah, Zach, I do think that honestly after 90 minutes, I think it might be tied 1-1, man, because I just feel like guys are gonna have so many tired legs, man. I mean that's kind of how it always goes here. But I think that when you look at just I just think that yeah, like I said, the fatigue is a lot, man. So I think it's going to become more like wide open, in extra time, and that's kind of how. I mean, I'm sure we'll touch on this, but that's kind of how the third place kind of was. It wasn't decided it was decided in 90 minutes, but it was just wide open. And I think for a World Cup final, Zach, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this, obviously. But in a World Cup final, you got. I feel like it'll be more of a let's try not to make a mistake as opposed to let's just go for it. I think it's gonna be kind of you talk about in hockey, kind of tight checking. I would assume that's kind of what it's gonna be
Yeah,
like. Be
yeah,
like.
yeah. Sorry, I think I think that the game will come down to penalty kicks, I believe, um, and I think that it will be. Let's see. I believe it will be 2-1 in favor of Argentina, and they will win their next World Cup here. But that does not mean I want Argentina to win. I'm actually kind of rooting for France here, but
The back to
uh,
back.
I think Argentina is going to win.
Yeah, Zach. And you know what I think is interesting too. That both these teams have kind of had. I don't want to say like. I guess I'll say kind of different journeys. You look at Argentina. I mean, they won their World Cup. Back in the 19. I don't want to say the 1900s, but I'm not sure exactly their last World Cup win. But it was in. I know it was in the 1900s, which makes them sound very old, but it was not. It was not that old. But since they won. But France, they've had recent success, and I think that for Argentina, it's been a long time coming. For Messi, he hasn't had obviously it would be his first World Cup here. So you always kind of hear Zach. You always kind of hear like um, kind of similar with certain stars like like Modric, who played in the third place game today. You hear of stars, but sometimes they're kind of viewed as less because they can't get over that hump. They don't necessarily, aren't considered soccer royalty just yet because they haven't had success on the international level. I mean that obviously does not apply to Messi because he's been so good for so long. The magician from Argentina, he was signed in Barcelona when he was a boy. I mean he's just been the face of Argentina for a long time here. But you see, and they were talking about this a little bit on the broadcast, and I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but you see guys like Luka Modric, and he does not like he is super super good, but he hasn't had a ton of success on the international stage. I mean, obviously he's been really good for Real Madrid, but like just it might be his last World Cup, and he almost doesn't get the respect he deserves, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. All right. And now we're now going to talk about. First of all, we do want to say we are sorry for the network issues that we appeared to have at the end of the end of last week's show. I have no idea why that happened. I don't know why my Wi-Fi decided to die, but um, I learned something. I need to hardwire my internet, but that is not possible at this time. Yeah, so we're gonna next in our last topic. This may be a little bit of a shorter show. We apologize for that, but we don't want to take up a lot of your time and allow you to go enjoy yourself before if we get you go watch the World Cup final. So we are going to lastly talk about the World Cup third place matchup between Croatia and Morocco. Danny, your thoughts on that game if you happen to watch it?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I mean, uh, third place game.
I did not watch any of it, so you can take the lead on this one.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, man. Third place game. Obviously, very very tough to get excited for. You just lost a World Cup semifinal, which is not easy to come back from. But and I'm just gonna start off by saying like props to obviously Croatia was victorious here, but I mean props to Morocco, man. I mean the first African nation to make it to the semifinals, man, in the World Cup, and I mean they beat giants along the way, man. They beat Spain, man. I mean that is something to be proud of, and I mean it's not because they have all the talent in the world, Zach. I mean obviously they had really good players, but they and those players are going to get more opportunities to play in more prestigious leagues, I think, because of their performance in this World Cup. But Zach, I mean, they had a game plan and they executed, man, all throughout the tournament here. But yeah, man, just turning back to the third place game here. I mean, obviously, very, very, very tough to get ready for, and it's a lot of times it's wide open because you don't know what team is going to have that kind of resilience, man. But I mean, credit to Croatia, man. I mean, they got after it in the first half, man, and they were just you see in international soccer, but in soccer as a whole, set pieces are so important. And that's how Croatia was able to really break down. I don't want to say break down, but that's how they were able to get opportunities against Morocco. Now Morocco also, I mean, they did a heck of a job. So I believe in the 16th minute, Croatia got the opening goal. In the 18th minute, Croatia responded, or I'm sorry, Morocco responded. And I mean, again, that just speaks to the level of toughness that they were able to show. And then in the second, or I'm sorry, before the break here, Croatia obviously got that decisive second goal here. But yeah, man, I mean, again, I just want to say, I mean, Croatia's been consistent too. They've been a mainstay on the international stage. And Zach, this puts the United States to shame because Croatia is a country of 4 million people, Zach, and they've been able to have World Cup success, man. So again, credit to them. Now, I don't want to be pessimistic, but I don't know if they'll be. I think this might be their last run for a while in terms of like esteemed international success. But obviously, they got the European championships coming up here in a couple years, and Morocco's got the African Cup of Nations. So I'm very, very intrigued to see how they do because I really feel like they've just really built a solid foundation for themselves here. You know what I mean? Because they just were able to again show the world what they were capable of. So all in all, man, it's been a tremendous World Cup, Zach. And I know I say it every time it comes around, but I wish that it wasn't 4 years apart. I understand why it is, and I think that's what makes it so great in a way. Because you only get one chance. I mean, you only get a couple cycles. But yeah, man, just overall, I mean, I think I just been really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's been a really fun World Cup to watch and obviously follow with you, and we get multiple podcast episodes out of this. And do you have any? Well, let's back up on that. I mean, Morocco. It's like March Madness every year. There's always that one team, that one side in March Madness that always. Who was last year's?
St. Peter's.
St. Peter's? Is that it was? Yeah.
Yeah, they're 15 seed beat Kentucky, man. I mean that just wow.
Yeah, and then you have I think the year before that it was Oral Roberts, I believe.
Yeah. No, and then you got
that.
Then you got the couple. I mean, probably 3 or 4 years ago at this point. But UMBC beat Virginia, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like we might have to cover college basketball on here, man. I mean, the college basketball.
Yeah. We'll have to do that. That might be on the docket for episode number 4. You'll see. Do you have any final thoughts for the people?
Yeah, man. Again, I just wanna again say it's been a really fun World Cup to cover here, and we just appreciate everybody listening. Obviously, go and join the final for sure.
Yep. And that is all we have for now. For Danny Shanholzer and all the rest of us at All Things Sports, I am Zach Bischoff saying so long. I don't know where my image went, but we'll just go with it. Show's over anyway. Have a good one, everybody.